Hello everyone and welcome back to Pittsburgh Vader. Now in this video I've started to do a little bit of body work on the car. I filled in this gap that you get on the lower sill plate area. I filled that in with the fiberglass enforced filler. That way it won't crack or anything down the road, and then after that I'll sand it. After it dries I'll sand it down and use the regular filler to smooth everything out and make it look good. The kit also has these lines on it from the mold, so I came over on the other side. I've started to fill that in. That's the second coat of filler there. I got the first one on the line here, and then after that's dry I'm going to sand it down and then probably need another coat just to smooth everything out. And then I'm just going to keep doing that, do that on the other side, and just start finishing doing some body work on the back half of the car, since it's mounted down permanently and it's not going anywhere, so I don't have to worry about cracking anything. I also filled in the hole. I'm going to need to sand that down, but I'm just going to go around and start doing body work on the back half of the car. So I sanded down the body work real quick. I'm gonna need some more coats just so I can make it all smooth and flush and everything, but it's coming along pretty good. I'm gonna also start filling in. There's a big chip here, and then I'm gonna start filling in the gaps for the rear diffuser, and then start doing the body work on the diffuser as well. It's actually a pretty nice day outside right now, so I might actually pull this outside and get a lot of the work done out there, just so I have more room to work, and that way I can set up a time lapse of me actually doing the body work instead of me just showing you after the fact. Right now, as you can see, there's really not much room to work on this side of the car, so I really don't have anywhere to put a tripod, but if I can get it outside then I'll be able to film, so I'm gonna try to do that right now. Car is outside. If we come look at the coolant reservoir tank, it's actually hitting the kit, which makes it pretty much impossible to slide the kit the whole way up the way it needs to be. These need to be over this part of the original core support, and that's not possible with this the way it is. So what I did is I bought an aluminum coolant tank reservoir that's smaller and can replace this. First I'm going to try cutting this tab off and see if that works, but if that ruins it then I have a backup. So hopefully I can just cut this and slide the whole thing back and return the other coolant tank, but if not then I have a way to get around that. Sanded down the fiberglass filler. This stuff's really strong, so it's a little bit harder to sand, actually a lot harder to sand than regular body filler, but as you can see I filled in that gap. It's pretty level the whole way through. Still have to keep sanding a little bit, get some of the areas like these holes that I filled in, got to get those flush, and then after I get this sanded the way I need to, it's basically already there, just need to keep sanding in little corners like this and then refill in here. I missed this spot with the fiberglass filler, so I'm going to fill that in, and then after I get all that sanded down and everything, I'll be switching to the regular body filler and smoothing this out and getting it to look like a professional finish. And there we go. I put just a thin coat of the regular body filler on there. I'm going to let that dry up, come back and sand it, but as you can see, it's already a lot smoother than it was before. And then after I get this all sanded and it's level, I'm going to add another coat to both sides. That way I can get a nice rounded area in there. That way it's not just a sharp corner. And it should turn out pretty good. Right now it's set up exactly how I want it. Much better than the other side. I'll go show you the other side real quick. Anything in, there's this big gap all the way along the rocker panel here. And I just fill that in with the fiberglass stuff, and then that's what's over there drying now. So I'm gonna just do this side the same way as the other side, and I'll show you the final result when I'm done. I sanded the first coat of Bondo down, and I just put another coat on, filled in like all the little gaps and stuff, and I put it on a little thicker this time so it's not as smooth, but I'll just sand that down. I'm using the power sander right now to do the majority of the sanding, just to get it down quicker. And then when I do my final coat of Bondo, I'll be sanding it by hand just to get a better finish. But yeah, for now, looking pretty good. I'll just keep doing it. I'm gonna stop doing the time lapses and stuff because it's basically the same thing on the same area over and over again until you get it right. So it's gonna get boring, so I'm just gonna stop with that and move on to something else. Okay, there we go. We got the first latch on the car. Pretty easy. We just countersunk those holes. We had to widen them a little bit because the bit we had to countersink them was a little too small. So we just ground those out, filed them down, and the latch just goes right in there. From factory, they give you, in the mold, you can see the holes where you need to drill. So it's pretty easy to line it up. Just find the center, drill it out, and you're good to go. Just use the bolts off the car, latch off the car, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so now that we have the latch in there, we have to cut out these holes to get the handle on the door. So we're just gonna drill out the corners of everything and then either use a Dremel or the body saw to cut along the line, and hopefully everything will fit in. If not, we'll just have to keep tweaking it and make it work. Okay, so we drilled the holes out for the door handle, got the first one in. It's not hooked up or anything, it's just sitting in there. If I can pull it out real quick, I'll show you. There we go. Need to drill the hole for this. This is a little threaded piece that goes here. Cut the rest out, do the same on this side. The lines are already there from Matt. He draws them for you, so you just need to follow those lines and cut it out. I'll get all the mechanisms in there and get the door handle working, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get that done tonight or tomorrow, but if I get it done tonight, I'll let you know. Okay, so these are the things on a build like this that you kind of just get hung up on and it takes forever. So we've been working on this door handle, getting it in for the last 3 or 4 hours, and we've made some progress, but really not much. The fiberglass on the doors are much thicker than the metal on the original doors, so it's just not all fitting right, so we have to mess with things and figure out different ways to get things to come together. So this has been taking a long time. So it's pitch black outside right now, so we're gonna pull the car back inside. I'm gonna go see if I can find any information on this online and then come back to it. If I can't figure out tonight, I'm gonna wait till tomorrow when it's light out, bring it back out here and keep trying. Okay, so we got the car back inside. I still haven't figured out exactly what to do with that door handle yet, so I'm gonna keep looking. And I have a pretty busy weekend coming up, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get much more work done on the car this weekend. So if I do, you guys will see another video sometime during the week, but if not, then this is it for this week. So as always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one. 2, 1